Hello, my name is John Green. Welcome to Crash Course World History. Today we're going to be talking about the Crusades. You'll probably ask yourself, what is a crusade? The Crusades were a series of religious wars fought by the Muslims and Christians to recapture the Holy Land. They ended around the 13th century. So try and stick with me as we go through the various Crusades. First start off is the Christians attacked Muslims while traveling to Germany. The Muslim army eventually took siege of Jerusalem despite attempts of defense. On November 27, 1095, Pope Urban II preaches about the First Crusade. His slogan was, "God wills it." Crusaders promised absolution from sin and eternal glory. The Crusaders attacked non-Christians in Europe along the way to Jerusalem. They took siege of Jerusalem and lost it right after. Shocker. Mr. Green, how many Crusades were there? Technically there's 9 if you're including the Children's Crusade, but they're all boring except for the 4th one, which is awesome. So bear with me as we go through them. Now that this is over, let's fast forward to the Second Crusade where we take 2. European rulers called for the Second Crusade, which began in 1147 and ended 2 years later. This short and sweet crusade also resulted in a fail, which led the Crusaders back to Europe empty-handed. With another fail for our Crusades, we will take 3. Henry II of England and Philip II of France got together and started the Third Crusade. However, when Henry II died, Richard the Lionhearted took over and had a peace treaty with Saladin. When he had this peace treaty, he got together and said that they will allow Muslims to have control of Jerusalem, but they will allow Christian merchants and Christian pilgrimage to pass through them unharmed. 1189 to 1192 is when the Third Crusade took place. However, in 1187, Saladin recaptures Jerusalem with Egyptian and Syrian forces under his command. They created 4 cities in the Holy Land: Edessa, Jerusalem, Antioch, and
Tripoli.
It's a mouthful. Although Richard the Lionhearted won many battles, he had to withdraw from the Third Crusade and return back to England. The only achievement from the Third Crusade was that the Crusaders captured the city of Acre. A year after the Crusades ended, in 1193, Saladin dies. Saladin was a successful sultan in the Muslim world. Let's quickly go through these Crusades because they bored me in high school, and they still bore me now, so I'll just read them for you. 1217, the 5th Crusade starts. In 1229, Sultan Al-Qi of Egypt gives Jerusalem to Frederick II in treaty. 1248, 6th Crusade begins. Louis IX attacks Tunis and dies nearby. You're still with me as we go through the Children's Crusade, but before that, let's check out our open letter. Snazzy! An open letter to sacred relics. Destiny. Destiny is famous for turning the tide of battle and famous for starring in the movie Indiana Jones. It was also in the video game Wolfenstein 3D. Now back from the secret compartment, let's get into the Children's Crusade, which was never a real crusade because it was never blessed by a pope. Stephen of Cleves went to King Philip in 1212 to try and organize a new crusade. But King Philip said no, so he organized 30,000 children to follow him in the Children's Crusade. He told the 30,000 children that the waters would part ways so that it would be an easy journey, but some died on the journey and they boarded some ships and they had sunk. So technically nothing really happened, they all just died, and nothing was really good about this crusade. The effects of the Crusades were the economic changes enhanced existing trade as returning Crusaders brought more goods to Europe. The political changes of the war, kings took control of land, left unoccupied land, came from knights to who didn't. Wait, it's actually Louis IX. Yeah, I'm not good with Roman numerals. That's why. Yeah. Attacks Tunis and dies nearby.